Hello everyone, welcome to OracleAPEX training by Geeks. In today's session, we'll see how to create Apex application from a quick SQL. Once you log into Apex workspace, if you click on create an application, we have various options available here, right? So we can create an application using app design. We've already seen this in a previous session. And in our sessions prior to that, we've also seen how to create an application from various files, a CSV, Excel, or JSON. So we're going to focus on the third option in this session, and we'll see how to create an application from a quick SQL. So you need to select that option, give it a name, and you can write a quick SQL statements. There is a specific format in which you need to write the SQL, and I'm going to talk more about this within the Apex screen. And yes, let's get into the Apex screen first, and then we'll start writing this script in there. So I'm back in Apex workspace. I can go ahead and create a new application from a quick SQL. And yes, you can write a quick SQL here, and the SQL would help you to create the tables, and you can also insert some sample data into it. And you can also establish various, you can create a table with all the features that you typically need. And what's the syntax that you use for quick SQL, guys? So you just have to mention, say, for example, if I have to create an employee and a department table. So I just have to say department. Okay. Or if I say, for example, if I have to create, let's go with the department. So the moment you type in a name, you see the table script getting generated here. A department table gets created with ID column, which acts as a primary key. And whatever columns that you need in this particular table, you just have to give a space. You cannot put the second row at the same alignment. So because if you say EMP, it would be created as a table. Okay, so whatever fields that you start at a same alignment level would be created as tables. And if I give one space, and if I say department ID, and I would say department name, and I'll say department HOD. So these are the details that you can enter here. So you have a table name and you have column names. You have table name, and you have column names. And similarly for employee also, you can mention few details like employee ID, employee number, employee name. And if you also want to create a relationship between these two, say for example, if you want to store department ID on the employee table, how do you do it? And you might also say, Prasad, how do I know that this is a syntax for quick SQL? You click on help, and that would show you how you need to mention the data types, how you give a table or column directives, and so on. Say, for example, if I go to table directives, or if I go into data types, so what do you see? So these are all the data types that you could use when you create a quick SQL. If you don't mention any data type, by default, it would be created as varchar column. And you can go into help icon. And if you go into table directive, a column directive, and say, for example, if you want to create a unique restriction or a unique constraint on any column, so you just have to say /unique. So how do you do it? You just have to go in here and say /unique. Now, what does it mean? The moment you add unique here, you see there's one constraint, unique constraint getting added here. Okay. And we also have, for the employee table, you have employee columns. And yes, in the employee table, I also want to store the department ID column here. So that acts as a link between the employee and department. Every employee belongs to a department, right? So I want to store the department ID reference in the employee table. And how do I add a reference? You go in here and you see if you want to add a reference column, you have to say /. You have to say /references. Let me just scroll down. You can add a /references. And when you say /references, what would happen? It would create a foreign key relationship with a other table. So I'll just have to say /references. And you need to mention the table name, and I would say department. So if I say department ID, foreign key department table, what would happen is, so it would automatically, Apex would automatically detect what is a common column between these two tables, and you would be able to see that foreign key constraint getting added here. Foreign key constraint getting added here automatically. Okay. And you can also, yes, this way you can come up with your own script if you want. Say, when would this be handy, guys? So if you probably don't know how to write SQL, then this would be much more easier. So you just have to put it, you just have to stick to that conventions, come up with a script, and you could see Apex generating a SQL script automatically for you with those constraints, primary key constraint, foreign key constraints, unique constraint, and so on. And you can go ahead and click on review and run. So what would happen now? And also what you can also do is, I can just click on cancel. Okay, looks like we've lost everything. Yeah, no, we still have that script. Now what I want to do was, I also want to insert some sample data into it so that when we create an application on top of that script, right? So you would have some sample data. Now, how do you mention the sample data here? So if I say /insert, and if I say 1000, what would happen? If I say 100, what would happen? /insert 100, you would notice that Apex would automatically generate 100 sample departments. 100 sample departments. Yeah, you won't have meaningful names in there, but yes, if you want some sample data to be inserted, you can go ahead and do that. And you can also insert some sample data into the employee table as well. So that would ensure that you have sample data inserted into the employee table as well as to the departments table. Now you go ahead and click on review and run. Click on run. And I need to mention a script. So I would say employee department script. I go ahead and run it. I say run now. And that's going to run the script, and it's going to it's going to show you the summary. So it shows that your tables were created and the data rows are also inserted. And I can go ahead and create an application on top of this. Now, when you create an application, yes, it would be based on two tables that the application would get created, not one table. And when you click on create application, it would also show you what pages are going to get added to it. It would add by default 2 interactive reports, one for department and one for employee, but you're free to add any number of pages you want. Any number of pages you want. So I'll stick to the default ones, and I'm going to go ahead and I'll change the menu to Redwood Light theme, and I'll say top menu, save it, and I'm going to create an application. So once it is created, we would go ahead and run the application. We'll go ahead and run the application. And when you run the application, after you log into it, you would be able to see on the landing page, you see 2 interactive reports, and we do have a top menu option as well. And when you click on department and employee, you would be able to see the sample data here. Of course, it's not meaningful departments here, but when you say /insert, it would automatically generate the numbers, generate the departments there. So this is how you can create an application with the help of a quick SQL option available in OracleAPEX. So we'll pick up a different topic for the next session. Thank you.